What's up, YouTube? My name is Chase, aka Chase Talks, and today I am bringing you another episode of Let's Learn VGC 2018. Now, this time I am bringing you guys something super special, a full requested team. Now, I actually had somebody send me a fully requested team. They sent me a full team, sets, Pokemon, everything. I'm going to throw that comment up for you guys right now, or it's probably already up by now. But, so this is it. It keeps going down. This is just a fraction of the screenshot as much would show up on my screen. So now I'm going to hop into the team builder. As always, you can hit a timestamp in the description, which will bypass the team builder in this first episode with the new team and bring you straight on into the battles. So with no further delay, the first team, or the first Pokemon on this team, is our definitely not Metagross, which is our shield, our Metagross with the Metagrossite. Clear body, of course, is its ability when it's not Mega Evolved. The reason for that being, so I don't get like any reductions or anything like that before I Mega Evolve. Ice Punch, Protect, Iron Head, Zen Headbutt. Iron Head, Zen Headbutt to give me 2 forms of stab, both with a chance of flinching, and then Iron Punch gives me an ability to, hit all those Mega Salamences and landorus-t's for super effective damage. We're running a Jolly set, 252 speed, 252 attack, 4 points in special defense, since we already have an odd HP stat. I'm really excited to use Mega Metagross. I have never used a Mega Metagross before, so this is going to actually be our first time using one competitively. Of course I've used like one in game before, but that's totally different. I haven't actually, or like online, but I haven't actually used one against people that are building more competitively. And I've faced so many people in the VGC ladder with like competitive teams, which is way more people than I thought I was actually going to face, with people going full ham competitive. So it'll be interesting to see how well it does against those people. The next Pokemon on our team is, we're bringing back Adele. You can say hello to Adele once again, which is our Naganadel. This time with the Dragonium Z and Beast Boost. This is a totally different set than what I brought the first time. This one has Sludge Wave, Dragon Pulse, Nasty Plot, and Protect. We are going with the Timid Nature because that's what the set told me to run, with a 164 in speed, and the reason it's got 164 in speed is so the special attack is still higher than the speed, so you get the boost of the beastness from in special attack rather than in speed. I might switch this, and it's got the 92, and I think the reason that this set is like this is so you get the 92 points in HP, so that your HP stat is higher, so it makes you a little bit tanky and a little bit more viable, so you don't have to run like a Focus Sash or anything like that, and it does get the Z move then at that point. At one point I might change the set to be putting more points in speed and a Modest Nature. I gotta see how its damage output is in game. I know it's got the Nasty Plot there, but having the Modest Nature and not having to click Nasty Plot the first time could be really helpful too, because just the ability to nuke something, get the Beast Boost, and then have the Beast Boost be my setup, rather than having to take a turn to set up and maybe die on that turn on a Pokemon that is honestly pretty frail. I know Naganadel has gone Ubers in single because it is a very good Pokemon. It's got the 127 special attack, it's got 121 speed, but other than that its stats aren't that great. It has 73 and everything else, so it's got way low stats and everything else. It's not like Deoxys attack that has like basically 0 defense and 0 special defense, so it's got a little bit more bulk than Deoxys attack, but I wouldn't consider being bulkier than Deoxys attack necessarily being a gold standard. I wouldn't consider Deoxys attack as your gold standard for what's considered tanky and what isn't. Definitely for what isn't though. Our next Pokemon on this team is our Nami. It's the first time that I've used Gyarados on this series. I use Gyarados a ton in VGC 17, but this one is actually a Moxie Gyarados instead of a Intimidate Gyarados, which is what I'm used to using. So the set asks me to use Moxie, so I am going to use Moxie. I might switch it to Intimidate later, and I might just do it even if the Moxie is doing well. I might switch it to Intimidate later just to kind of show it off in both aspects of it and kind of see which I feel works better with the team. It's got a Waterium Z. It's 252 attack, 4 in special defense, and 252 in speed. Kind of a standard set on Gyarados. The only difference is sometimes you might see the 4 in HP instead of special defense. And the reason for that being is that actually helps both your special defense and your defensive calcs, that 1 extra point, rather than the 1 extra point in special defense only helps your special defense stat. with the Jolly Nature, of course. Dragon Dance, Waterfall, Protect, and Crunch. So Dragon Dance, Waterfall, Protect, pretty standard. I usually like to run Ice Fang on Gyarados, because Ice Fang I feel like catches people off guard. People don't usually expect Gyarados to run Ice Fang. But Crunch is cool too, because Crunch will hit Aegislash, things like that. There's a lot of good, like Aegislash, Mega Metagross. There's a lot of good Psychic types, Ghost types in the meta right now. So I think that Crunch is actually a really good option. I'm excited to use that on Gyarados. The next Pokemon on this team is Disney's Koko, which is our Tapu Koko, with a Life Orb, Electric Surge, Thunderbolt, Taunt, Protect, and Dazzling Gleam. So opting for Taunt instead of another form of offensive pressure. 252 in special attack, 252 in speed, 4 points in special defense with a Timid Nature. Now, I did decide to run this one, not shiny, even though I could definitely run it shiny because it has a Timid Nature, but I decided to run it not shiny. That is actually, I just wanted to say that. But I am excited to use Tapu Koko before. Tapu Koko is such a strong offensive threat. You can see in other videos I've had a lot of trouble facing against Tapu Kokos. I'm excited to use it for myself on this series. I have used Tapu Koko before, but I'm excited to show it off in the series because it's a very good Pokemon. I feel like it's been shown off very well, but I'm excited to show it off myself. And what we also have to pair up with our Disney's Tapu Koko is our Hindenburg, which is our Drifblim, with an Electric Seed and Unburden. The Seed combo, especially for getting up a Tailwind, is so good because the Unburden makes you so fast, and then you set up a Tailwind which will boost the Tapu Koko speed, making the Tapu Koko as an offensive threat even bigger. Then you combine that with Will-O-Wisp and Disable, you have the ability to just totally shut down people in general. You can disable their main offensive stab, and you can burn them, all the physical attackers. This one does have a little bit weirder set. This one has 12 points in HP, 236 in defense, 236 in special defense, 12 points in special attack, and 12 points in speed, with actually a Timid Nature. The 112 in speed when the Unburden boost turns into the 224, so it does make you very, very fast, because Unburden does double your speed, and then you get the Tailwind boost on top of that. It makes you very fast. The one thing about this is that it does lose a little bit extra HP bulk for opting for more defensive and special defensive bulk, and it's not going to hit super hard offensively, but Shadow Ball is good coverage. Ghost coverage is just generally good, because unless we face a Snorlax, which we can still burn the Snorlax, so which isn't terrible, but that's really the only thing I really think that we'd have to be worried for with this, unless we face somebody that's running a Stantler like I did on my Santa's Workshop team. But I seriously doubt that. And now moving to our final Pokemon on the team, which is actually our second Ghost type, which is our Confetti, my shiny Blacephalon, which I did actually catch and post on Twitter. And I named it Confetti. The only difference between this one and the one that I caught is that mine ended up with a Quiet Nature because the Synchronizer failed. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, link is in the description. I do actually do a shiny Twitter deck, so whenever I get my shinies, I post them on Twitter, and I'm trying to complete the entire decks on Twitter and shinies. We got 252 speed, 252 special attack with 4 points in HP. We did opt for a Focus Sash, Shadow Ball, Flamethrower, Hidden Power Eyes, and Protect. Now, a common set that you will see on this one is to run Waterium Z with the Mind Blown, to give it that super strong offensive fire attack, but this is opting for a more sustained damage set with the Focus Sash to ensure that you can keep up that damage, so you can do like 2 big hits at least. So we'll kind of see how this one does. This is my first time, of course. Oh my gosh, excuse me. It's like the leftovers of Christmas attacking me. So this is the first time that I have used Blacephalon in VGC. So we'll kind of see how well it does. I'm excited to test out this Pokemon. And yeah, so I'm going to cut now until we are in our first battle of the day. Alright, hopping into our first battle of the day. We got a, definitely not Metagross, a Staraptor, a Serperior, a Politoed to bring the rain, a Kabutops as their rain sweeper, and a Vikavolt. So we have a rain option on the enemy team. I love how our 2 of our sprites aren't animated. It's so funny that they don't have the animated sprites yet. It just looks so goofy next to like all the other animated sprites, and they're facing the wrong direction. Makes it even a little bit better. Since we got the rain here, kind of want to lead Tapu Koko and Hindenburg. I think I'm gonna lead Tapu, Koko, and Hindenburg. Hindenburg actually just does, or Disney's Koko, I'm sorry. And Hindenburg, I think Hindenburg will just do well against the Metagross. Then I'm going to bring our shield in the back. And does Adele have a good matchup this game? The only problem is that this Adele set has nothing, absolutely nothing to hit Metagross. I guess I could go Nami. So we'll see what happens. So we lead the Tapu Koko Hindenburg, and he leads the Metagross and the Star Raptor. Okay. So the Psychic Seed is going to go off. That's going to increase my physical defense. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for a Protect, and I'm going to go for a Tailwind. We'll see what happens. So I get that on Burden Boost, making me really fast. Really super fast. And man, my defense goes high. With that defense boosted. So it definitely was a Metagross the entire time. Final Gambit goes off. Oof. And Zen Headbutt goes off. That Zen Headbutt won't do much damage. Now I should outspeed the Staraptor. I should be able to take it out with this. I am Life Orb. And I'm just gonna go for a Shadow Ball into the Metagross. So Shadow Ball goes off. That does sizable damage. Thunderbolt goes off, and it takes out the Staraptor. Our Disney's Koko picking up its first kill. Iron Head goes off. Ooh, that does damage. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm yawning, and I'm going ooh at the same time. And he surrenders! We're picking up our first win with this team. Wow. Well, GG to my opponent. There's nothing more to say about that. I'm going to cut until we are in our second game of the day. I'll probably end up playing 4 this episode. I know for like the first team I did a bloopers reel. But I don't think I want to keep doing bloopers reels. I think I would rather just put this in the video and just do another game is what I think I'd rather do, and just do like 4 battles today instead of 3. But yeah, so we're gonna cut to our second battle of the day. Welcome to our second battle of the day. We're facing against a landorus-t, a Hitmontop, a Cresselia, an Alolan Muck, an Azelf, and a Tapu Fini. And what I was saying too, at the beginning before about like the not leaving in, I better pick Pokemon really quick. Oh, this is definitely a Trick Room team. I kind of want to lead. I kind of feel like if I led like. If I led Nami and Hindenburg, I feel like it gives me an option to just deny Trick Room right off the bat. I wish the Nami had Ice Fang. And then I could put Tapu Koko in the back. And I feel like Adele can do really well this game. The only problem is that if it's Sludge Waves, I'll be killing myself. Which makes me not want to bring it at all. Yeah, I think I'll bring Shield instead. So we lead our Nami Hindenburg, and we'll see what our opponent leads. But what I was saying before, with not having a bloopers reel for the teams and just leaving it in, I did that with the other team, with the Kanto starter team. I just made some 4 battle episodes rather than making. I kind of want to just Hydro Vortex the Muck and go for a Tailwind. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna Hydro Vortex the Muck, and I'm just gonna go for a Tailwind because like I could take a knockoff here, which would suck. But should still be faster than the Muck. And I feel like Tailwind's important, so yeah, I'm gonna do that. So Hydro Vortex goes off, does not kill, does put it in range for the Figgy Baiter. Tailwind does go off. The Tapu Fini does go for Calm Mind, and we are gonna see the knockout, which does take me out, which is unfortunate. But now we have the Tailwind set up, and I can go into our shield here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go for a Waterfall into the Muck slot, and I'm just going to Mega Evolve, and I'm going to go for an Iron Head into the, I'll go for an Iron Head into the Muck slot too. Oh yeah, so what I was saying, and I got cut off again, I cut myself out again, is Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys would rather wow that Iron Head just takes it out, so the Waterfall is going to go right into the Tapu Fini, and it does flinch, which is good for me. But yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if you guys would rather see me do a bloopers reel, or if you guys would prefer me not do a bloopers reel and just do longer episodes, because I'm fine with either. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys would prefer on that. I actually kind of want to Dragon Dance here and just go for an Ice Punch. And I think I'm going to Dragon Dance, and I'm going to go for an Ice Punch in the Landorus, because even at -1, I should still take out the Landorus since I'm Tough Claws. Ice Punch goes off, and it does take out the Landorus. So I am going to get the Dragon Dance off, so it's going to put me at +1 speed, bring me back to neutral, and that Muddy Water does no damage even at the +1. So now we have an Azelf. We have one turn of Tailwind left. I'm going to go ahead and Dragon Dance again, and I'm just going to go for an Iron Head into the Azelf slot, I think. Or do I just want to... Yeah, I think I'm going to double target the Azelf slot just to make sure I KO it with an Iron Head and a Waterfall. So Waterfall does sizable damage. Iron Head takes it out with the crit. Crit, of course, did not matter there. We are going to go for another Muddy Water, and that does get an accuracy drop on my Nami, which is unfortunate. Here, I'm going to go for... I feel like I should go for another Dragon Dance. Nah, you know what? I'm just going to go for a Waterfall and an Iron Head. I'm not too, like, upset if I die here, because I can just switch into Tapu Koko, and Tapu Koko can take it out. So Iron Head goes off. That does, like, no damage, but we do get the flinch. We have 2 chances to flinch. Each turn we do this combo, we have a chance to flinch. Waterfall goes off again. Iron Head goes off again. And it does eat its berry, and it does not flinch. That might have taken out our shield, but it misses. So this again, Waterfall, Iron Head. Waterfall hits. Iron Head hits. Muddy Water hits, and that does take out our shield. Because it does, we do not get the flinch. Tapu Koko is going to come out here. And we're just going to go for a Waterfall Thunderbolt, and that will be the game. Oh, and my opponent does decide to forfeit instead of letting the Thunderbolt just take it out. GG to my opponent. But yeah, so that brings us 2-0 with this new requested team. I actually, when he sent me this team, he was like saying that he didn't think the team looked really well, but I actually thought this team looked really good. There's a couple changes, of course, that I make to the team, and I might make it time. Like, it's a Moxie Gyarados, but I feel like I kind of want to change it to an Intimidate Gyarados at some point. And then there was another change. Oh, I might switch the Naganadel to being a Modest Nature instead of a Timid Nature. So those are 2 changes I might make in the future, but we'll see. So for now, I'm going to cut till we are in our 3rd battle of the day. Welcome to our 3rd and almost final battle of the day, since we are going for 4 today. We are 2-0 in the day. Let's see if we could make it 3-0. And we're facing off against a definitely not Mega Manectric, a definitely not Mega Gyarados, Sylveon, Arcanine, Aegislash, and Pheromosa. Against this team, I feel like it is in my best interest to just lead Shield. Should I just go for Tapu Koko Hindenburg and get the Tailwind? I feel like Shield, though, is such a good lead. He might predict that, though, and go Arcanine. I feel like I'm going to go Tapu Koko Hindenburg. I feel is a good lead. I haven't brought Confetti yet at all, which is okay. I don't really think that the matchups have been the best for Confetti as of yet. And then I'll bring Nami, and I'll bring Shield again. So I'm bring the same team I bring last time, but I am doing a different lead option. I really like the Tapu Hindenburg. So Disney's Koko, and we get the boost. So he does end up going Manectric and the Aegislash. What I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for a Protect, and I'm going to go for getting the Tailwind off. So I'll probably lose Hindenburg this turn, but that's okay, because I can switch into Shield, and Shield can put in some work. So I'll go for the Tailwind, and I'll go for the Protect. Tailwind goes off. We do actually see a Snarl instead of a... and we actually see a Ghostium Z. We see a Snarl and a Ghostium Z, which will take out my Hindenburg. I'm surprised he didn't go for the Electric Tag. This might not actually be a Mega Manectric, since he chose not to Mega Evolve that first turn. Unless he wanted to preserve the Lightning Rod and not get the Intimidate. So we're going to go into Shield here. I'm going to Dazzling Gleam. I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I'll go for a Zen Headbutt into the Manectric slot. So Manectric does decide to protect, and are we going to see a King Shield as well? We do see a King Shield and a Protect. Dazzling Gleam goes off, and a Zen Headbutt is going to go off, so I'm not getting those drops because I did not target Aegislash. So we are going to see a, so I'm going to go for Dazzling Gleam here, and I am going to go for the Zen Headbutt. So it does choose the Mega Evolve now, so it was a Mega Manectric the entire time. That crit did so much damage. Zen Headbutt will be enough to take out the Mega Manectric, and the Mega Manectric will go down. We are going to see a Shadow Ball into actually our Tapu Koko slot. That is surprising. I really thought we would see that into our shield slot. So that was actually a smart play by my opponent right here, because what he chose to do was he decided to Mega Evolve on that turn so that he could get -2 on my shield for the Arcanine switch in, which is a good idea on his part. I am going to lose my Tailwind this turn. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Thunderbolt into the Arcanine slot. And I'm going to switch into my Nami here to reset the stat boost on my and that's exactly what I thought was going to happen, but I really wanted to reset the stat boost on my Metagross here. So our Tailwind does go down. I actually don't know. 161 and we're at 146, so I don't outspeed Arcanine, which is unfortunate. I do outspeed Arcanine with this though. 178, 161, so I can go for Zen Headbutt into the Arcanine slot, and then I can go for a Dragon Dance here. I feel like I need the speed, and I feel like an Aegislash is going to protect here. So he does actually decide to go into his air. He has 3 protects. Wow, that's crazy. So Zen Headbutt's going to go into the Gyarados. That still does good damage. I'm glad that I Dragon Danced there because I'm going to get the speed boost, and I'm actually going to still be at +1. So I'm going to go for a Zen Headbutt into the Gyarados slot again, and actually this time I am going to go for the Crunch into the Aegislash shot. So Crunch goes off. That does a decent amount of damage. Zen Headbutt goes off, and that does KO the Gyarados. So we're probably going to see a Shadow Ball into the Metagross here. That is sizable damage, but not enough to take me out. Intimidate goes off again, but that's okay. At +1, I should actually be. I definitely am going to be fast enough to outspeed that. I will be. I'm actually going to go for Protect in the Metagross here, and I'm going to Z Waterfall into the Arcanine slot. So he actually did not choose to Protect this turn, so Z Waterfall is going to go off, and that will KO his Arcanine. The Moxie boost goes off, and that gets rid of the boost that I had before. I'm just going to go for a Zen Headbutt into the Aegislash slot. And I'll go for a... He might actually Protect this turn, but I have to attack. And then I'm going to go for Protect on my Nami, just in case he decides to go for the King Shield this turn. Yep, and he does decide to go to King Shield this turn, which that's okay. That's going to put me at hella negative. I'm going to go for an Iron Head here. I'm going to go for the Crunch. Crunch goes off. That does a good amount of damage. Iron Head goes off. Barely, just not enough to take it out. It is going to take out my Nami. Ooh, if the Iron Head misses here, I could lose. What I think I'm going to do is just go for the Ice Punch. So he does decide to King Shield again, which is okay. He's at like 1 HP though. There's no way. He's at, yeah. There's no way that this Ice Punch won't KO him. So it does KO him. So we do pick up our 3rd win in a row. And wow, that was a close game. I was kind of surprised that my opponent decided to not lead Pheromosa. I do have a pretty physical heavy. I did bring a pretty physical heavy core. Because like all of me winning that game was dependent on mostly Gyarados and Metagross, and really him having King Shield with 3 Intimidate, so it's probably a very good idea in his team. Pheromosa, though, could have also been a good bring, I think, against this team. Because Pheromosa kind of dealt with everything, at least decently, on my team besides Confetti. And I guess it probably didn't have really anything for Drifblim, so I was probably worried about Drifblim. But I think he also had good answers for Drifblim in that department. Alright guys, we're 3-0 for the day. I'm going to cut until we are in our 4th and final battle of the day. Welcome guys to our 4th and final battle of the day. We're facing off against another rain team with actually 2 rain setters. we're facing against the Politoed and the Pelipper. Definitely not Mega Swampert, because who would want to run Swift Swim when you have two Drizzles? Ferrothorn and a landorus-t with a Tapu Koko. So we do have a battle of Tapu Kokos here. I actually think it's a really good idea to lead my Disney's Koko and my Hindenburg again. Main reason for this being is that me getting up the Tailwind will allow me to match it. To match his Swift Swim speed, hopefully. And well, I won't match it, but like it'll give me a boost so I can at least contend with it. And then I have Tapu Koko to immediately pressure out Pelipper or Politoed. And then I think I'm going to bring... This is another game that I really wish Nami had Intimidate on it. I know that it helped me to have Moxie last game. I like Intimidate a lot. I don't really think Nami is as good. I think Shield can still do well this game. But I kind of like Adele better, I think. I don't like Confetti because the rain's going to power him down, yeah, but I think I like Adele actually more than Nami this game, even though I really love Gyarados. So yeah, that is going to be what we're lead. He does decide to lead the Pelipper Swampert, so I did predict that pretty spot on. That's exactly what I thought he was going to lead. So here I'm going to protect, and I'm going to go straight for the Tailwind. He'll probably double into my Hindenburg, but with the Unburden boost, he'll only be able to get Swampert's attack off. But he also has to decide if he wants to go for an Earthquake, thinking that Tapu Koko won't protect, or if he wants to go for a single target Waterfall on Hindenburg or an Iceberg on Hindenburg. Ice Punch, I mean. Since he probably is carrying, I would assume he's carrying Ice Punch, Waterfall, Earthquake. I don't know what the Mega... I want to build a Rain team really bad. I really like Mega Swampert. Mudkip and the Swampert line is one of my favorite starter lines. And I like all the Hone starters. So he does decide to target the Disney's Koko. And we actually get an Icy Wind here. That's going to speed down it. What's speed is Swampert at? So he's at 134 boosted. I'm at 200 boosted. So he's definitely faster than me. Which scares me. I think what I'm going to do this turn is I'm actually going to Thunderbolt the Politoed. And I'm going to Will-O-Wisp the Swampert. So he actually decides the Helping Hand. So I did outspeed the Swampert. Thunderbolt goes off. That does KO the Tapu Koko. And Will-O-Wisp goes off. I actually outspeed the Swampert with both. So this might not be a very high speed invested Swampert. And even with the Helping Hand, I lived that Waterfall because of the burn. Oh, that Will-O-Wisp burn was so clutch. Man, that Will-O-Wisp burn was clutch. What I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt into the Tapu Koko slot. And I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball into the Tapu Koko slot as well. I'm just going to double into that slot and see if we can take it out this turn. So Swampert does decide to protect. We do not see a protect out of the Tapu Koko. Our first one does 50%. Shadow Ball goes off. Is that going to be enough? Ooh, it's just barely not enough. The Thunder goes into us, and that's going to take out our Hindenburg. Ooh, unfortunate, but we still have... We're going to send in Adele and Shield, and we still have one turn of the Tailwind left. And this turn, we're going to get to see the Mega Evolve, and I'm going to Iron Head into the... Yeah, I'm going to Iron Head into the Swampert slot, and then I'm going to Sludge Wave here. What the Sludge Wave will actually do is it won't affect my shield, but it'll hit both of them, which is actually a pretty cool combo. That's what I like about this combo. The only thing that sucks about it is that if you pair Adele with anything else on the team, you can't really click Sludge Wave unless they protect, because it has the same problem as Earthquake. Earthquake's cool when you have a flying type, but when you don't have a flying type next to you, you gotta hit protect. Which was kind of cool with like the Terrakion Delibird combo actually on my Santa's Workshop team, because I got to do a lot with that there. So he looks like he's trying to decide exactly what he wants to do here. He has 2 to 5 turns left of Rain. I would assume that he's probably got the 5 turns of Rain left. So immune. So you can see that immunity. It does take out the Tapu Koko, and I get the special attack boost. Iron Head goes off. That's actually a crit, and it flinches. That is so clutch, that crit flinch. So he actually had landorus-t as his last Pokemon. I'm gonna go for the same thing actually. I'm gonna Iron Head again into the Swampert, and I'm going to Sludge Wave again. So Earthquake goes off. That does a lot of damage, but not enough to take me out. Sludge Wave goes off here. And then we're going to see the Iron Head go off here. And that does take out his Swampert. Rock Slide's going to go off. And that is going to be enough to take out my Adele, which is super unfortunate. I should still be able to win this game, though. I don't know which one's going to do more damage. I feel like I should go for the Zen Headbutt. Yeah, I'm going to go. Oh, no, wait, I have Ice Punch. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I almost didn't go for Ice Punch. Oh, man, if I would have lost the game because I didn't go for Ice Punch, I just derped really hard there. So we win 4 games in a row today. I think this is the first episode that we've won 4 games. And this is definitely the first episode that we've won 4 games in. I think there was another episode where we won 3 games. But we've definitely never won 4 games before. So, yeah. So this team is probably one of the most meta teams you'll see me bring. Because, I mean, it's got Metagross, Naganadel, Gyarados, Tapu, Koko, our Hindenburg on it, our Driftblim. And then probably the funnest Pokemon that I think this team's got in. I really like Gyarados. Excuse me. I used that Arcanine Gyarados team. Or I used Arcanine and Gyarados on almost every team that I had in VGC 17 just because I really liked the Intimidate. I like the ability to cycle those Intimidates. Which I'll probably feature more Intimidate cycling teams in the future. I do kind of like the 3 Intimidate team like we saw. I do kind of like stuff like that, so I might bring something like that. Maybe with a landorus-t on it, since I've been avoiding landorus-t up until now. But yeah, so this is our first episode. I am going to do a few episodes with this theme before we switch to another one. So thanks for watching. And do not forget that if you have a Pokemon that you do want me to play in an upcoming VGC team as its core, remember to comment that Pokemon in the comment section down below. Comment it on any of my videos. I will take a screenshot of it, and I will feature it in a future upcoming video. So thanks for watching. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe so you never miss another episode of Chase Talks. Until next time, this is Chase, signing off.